welcome back to Lindsay's World. Thank you for tuning in today. I really do appreciate you all. But this is a session or vlog to help you all learn how to study for nursing school, or if not nursing school, any exam that you may have. I think these pointers that I'm about to give you will go for, like I said, any exam. It doesn't have to be particularly nursing school. So here we go. So when I was in LPN school, I feel LPN school, how I'm learning is a different way. And let me rephrase that. There are two different schools I went to. The content is still there. Like, we learned the same content, but since it's a different school, they test a little bit different. Their thinking is a little bit different. I would say this, compared to LPN school, there are some things that are different. As far as, like, command, like chain, like know your what is it called? I'm drawing a blank here.
Keep it together. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
Right. Your scope of practice. Jesus Christ. I don't know why that couldn't come out. You need to know your scope of practice, whatever state you're in. So with that being said, yeah, so that's how I feel like I've learned different from LPN school. And then it took me a while to kind of understand. And I feel like I'm going to study this way on out the rest of the program, all the way to next July when I finish. So, as some of you may know, I didn't do well on my first semester. I was in the LPN to RN bridge at the same school I do attend, but unfortunately I flunked out and I had to go the traditional route, which is fine. The bridge program, it is doable. I do still have a friend that's in the LPN to RN program, and she is graduating this December. So kudos to her. I'm very happy for her. But traditional route is a little bit more, it gives you more time. So instead of you doing weaker parts on exam or more stuff at one time, you get the same amount of information, but it's spread out a little bit more, if that makes sense. But let's get started on these study tips, okay? So rule or step number 1, always find a quiet place in your home. Let your loved ones know you are about to study, and don't bother me, please. My children are big, they're older, so I can say, hey, be quiet. But I understand for the people that have little children, you're not able to do that. And if it's possible, just find a place. Loved one, if you can they watch them? Or if you could go out the house to a coffee shop or a library, Barnes and Noble, somewhere quiet. Hell, even your car. Go to your car, and if the weather is nice, or just somewhere where you can get some time to yourself. I will also say my biggest culprit is social media. Okay, we need to cut ties with social media. Put your phone on airplane mode, silent, and after an hour, if you study an hour straight, uninterrupted, if you study an hour straight uninterrupted, reward yourself with social media for 30 minutes. You know, give yourself little goals like that so you can look forward to something. You're not supposed to study 5 hours straight. It's sometimes your brain starts shutting off. Let me speak for myself. I've seen myself, your brain starts shutting off and you just kind of like go haywire. Like, go get something to eat, snack on something, go for a walk outside. If it's not social media, do something. Don't study 3 hours or even 2 hours straight. That's a lot for your brain. Give your mind is a smart engine and you remember and retain things without you even knowing it. If you get all your assignments out the way for that week or whenever they are due and just focus on studying for your next exam, that works for me. Do not skip that step. Again, get all your assignments out the way. That's what worked best for me. And I got that pointer from a classmate as well. And I was like, because I would wait till the last minute. I would be studying, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I gotta do my assignments. And then it was just all over the place. I just felt like I didn't, if I get the assignments out the way and get everything out the way, writing wise and stuff that had to be due, you don't have to be feeling like that and feel like it cuts your studying time in half. Just purely studying. That's it. Not writing it down, trying to, no. So, I also say the next step, I use my Happy Planner. And you can get whatever planner you like. This is the planner I use. I love it. Now, a couple of vlogs ago, I had a Mickey Mouse one, and I said I was going to buy me another planner, and this is it. And I love it. It is amazing. Let me kind of show you how it looks on the front. But this is 2023, 2024, and it's going to take me out all the way to the rest of my career in RN school. And I love it because it's like, I think this design was introduced by a black artist, or they had like a black artist on the front when I first got it. So they have like little things in here for the month. I thought that was cute. And you are wanted and loved. That's what that one says. And oh, do not forget the importance in your life. I just love it. It's a nice planner. Into September. Lord, this is what I don't want to show all of my stuff, but this is what my September looks like. But I use color coordination too in my planner as well. But I love the horizontal. If you do want to go with Happy Planner, or you can use any planner that works for you, just make sure you look inside of it and visualize, hey, can I use this planner to make this work for me? So what I do is I go to, September's a new month, so I haven't put nothing in here yet. But right here, this is a horizontal platform that Happy Planner has. So I love Happy Planner. I don't know, it's just, I got their little stickers to help me kind of like stick things in my head. I just like it. But yes, and I also have these right here that I use every day. Like when I'm about to study, like get down to the nitty gritty, you can pull this out. And you can pop it back into Happy Planner too. That's what I like about Happy Planner. So I will go here. Let me show y'all what I'm doing. So it is September 2023. Alright, y'all. So it is September 2023. September 4th. Happy Labor Day. And that's why I'm tackling this stuff today, because it is Labor Day. I don't have work today, and it's a good day to study. So Happy Planner sells these like little individual sheets that did not come with my Happy Planner. I do put in here, so this one in particular is called the Daily Plan. So I find this to be very thoughtful. You see how I can put my papers right back in without even mixing it up, and I can pull it right back out. So I do love that about Happy Planner. So again, this is a schedule that I do have. Let me show y'all up close so y'all see what I'm talking about. So right here, and they see it's the Daily Plan. I don't know, let me be still so y'all can see it. It's called the Daily Plan, and I put my date here. Then I would end up putting the scheduled times if I wanted to in the color coordinated part right here. But I love using this checklist part. I mean, you can do this on a regular piece of paper. It's just eye-catchy to me, and it helps me. And I thought it was cute. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed it when I did. But again, I use this, you could either make it a schedule. You could do this for anything, like your life. Like, okay, I got to take my child to, okay, I got to study at 9 o'clock. But at 11 o'clock, I gotta run and take my child to the dentist or whatever. You know, you can use that right here. And then you can do your checklist, and you can also mark it off with a check mark that you got it done. So I do like this sheet for that as well. So, let me stick my little sheet back in. So let me go and write down what I would like to work on today. Excuse my sloppy handwriting. I didn't write that much in here, but this is all I plan on tackling today. So, if you can understand my little sloppy handwriting, I hope you can, but I can understand it. But it's basically saying I need to finish up my paper that I have to do. I don't know if it's going to look backwards or not. Let me just put this down. I just wanted to give you an example of how it should look. How it should look, or roundabout. You just write out your plans, how you feel like it will work. But me showing it that way, I don't know. I ain't gonna know till I start editing the vlog, if y'all actually seen what I just did or not. But doing back to this, y'all. We are doing the endocrine exam this week, or coming up this module, and what I plan on doing, I plan on finishing my paper that I have to write. I have a paper to write about cultures. And then also look on for a chapter for liver and gallbladder, which is the endocrine system. And then I got 2 more points. Our books are electronic. I'm 36 years old, so our books are electronic. I do not like to read electronically. It just does not, it don't work for me. I don't like it. I think I was raised in the era where we're doing both. And for some reason, side note, these book companies, a lot of people are getting over on stuff in general, just in life right now, but we're not going to go there. We're just going to stick to the books. In general, these book companies are getting over, I feel. And so they throw the book. You're still charging us more than a hardback copy. You're charging us $200 something for the software and the electronic book, but I can't stand the electronic book. I don't know. So I bought the hardback book of the fundamentals book that we had to use, but as far as the the med surge book that we're using right now, I didn't buy that one. So what I do is I go online on our electronic book and I look at, you'll be reading forever you'll be reading forever if you read literally every word from word, and then 9 times out of 10 you might not even grasp it because it's so much. So what I do is I take a chapter, like today I want to do chapter 43. So I'll pull up my my computer and I go to chapter 43 and I'm looking at my figures, my graphs, the writing at the bottom. I'm reading those things to kind of jog my memory on it. If you could read word for word, chapter to chapter, you got time for that, kudos to you. But again, I'm 36 years old with a senior in high school. We all, well, I don't know, but those dudes, the prom, we got stuff. I mean, we're in the first semester and we're knee deep in stuff that we got to do for this boy. And kudos to all the people that have girls that's going through this. My goodness. But it's a lot. You have life, and then I have kids. I have other things to tend to in my house. So I know I don't have time to read 12 chapters verbatim in a book. I just don't have that time. So what I do is I look at the figures or whatever in the book and I go through them. Then the last thing I do is I end my day, always. I end my day in a NCLEX critical thinking question book in whatever module you're doing. So whether you want to use, I don't know, ATI, Lippincott, you can do that if you want to. My personal favorite is this one I'm about to show you, and I can put it down in the link description if anybody want to look into it. I just decided to get this book because it correlates with one of the softwares we use is Lippincott based. But honestly, you can use anything you want. Hesse, Saunders, you name it. Davis, I heard Davis Plus is good as well. You can use whatever kind of like comprehensive NCLEX exam or anything that you're studying. Use testing, but like if you have a national test or a license certification test, get a book for them. And then before you get it, look up the reviews for the book. Or sometimes they give you examples like on Amazon, like you could preview the book before you buy it. Look at those previews and see if that's something that you would like. And if you don't like it, send it back. Especially, that's why I love Amazon, because you can send it back for free if you got Prime. I don't know how it is without it, but this is what I use. This little bad boy right here. It is the Lippincott question and answer review for NCLEX RN. And this has NGN questions in it, next generation questions. This is the new that's the new platform that they're using for NCLEX as well. So this is the book that I like to use. It just has case studies in it. It has a lot of things in it. So what I do is I go and in the book, and for instance, like right now, I'm in the endocrine chapter. I don't know if I can get caught, but I'm in the endocrine chapter. So what I do is I read a question and I get the answer from it, the question. And I say, oh, okay, that makes sense. Move on. Then if I get to a question, I'm like, what? They have rationales in the back of the book that you can look at and be like, oh, that's the right answer. So when you do get to a problem on that test day, you could be like, you know what, that's not the exact question, word from word, what we had, but it sounds like it. And I mean, it's been plenty of times where I did not know, like I'm second guessing myself. I know the answer, but I'm second guessing myself. And like one of the questions in the book might help me say, oh, I remember like kind of a question like that. I remember the rationale, or let me think back on the rationale from that question possibly. This may be it. And turns out I'll get it right. Sometimes you have to play process of elimination too. But that helps as well. Also, one more last tip. Day before your test, or 2 days before your test, or whenever you and your classmate can get together, our teacher does the due diligence. They are very cool. They print out, well, usually schools, I don't know about all. Well, you know, they always give you the chapters. But our teacher, I kind of call it our objectives. They give us like a Bible of things you should know, like learning objectives, that so you can not be all over the place, so you can know where you, okay, I'm in the right area. So, for instance, me and my classmate, we would sit on a Duo call, Google Duo. That's the video platform that you can use, or FaceTime for the iPhone users. We would sit on here, or Messenger, just anywhere where you can see a person. Sometimes you can't get to, face-to-face. Sometimes it's not possible. They have their own schedule. You have your own schedule. So we would literally go one by one on each objective to make sure, okay, perform a comprehensive assessment on the endocrine system. Okay, do we know how to do that? Okay, let's move on. And we go so forth and go demonstrate ways to provide blah, 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 blah. Okay, do we know that? Do we know what a UDCA is? Do we know what Demerol is, or Dilaudid? Like, do we know those things? Do we know what metformin is? Do we know how insulin works? Short acting, long acting. Like, we're literally jogging off each other's brains. And at this point, you shouldn't be learning anything new. And if it is something that you're learning new, please learn it and get on. You shouldn't take so much time. This should be an hour and a half tops of just jogging information down. Y'all jogging off each other's brains and figuring out if y'all went through the whole objective together. That's all this should be. So, I say, if y'all follow these tips that I just gave y'all, and I go over a brief thing so you won't, because this was a pretty lengthy video. So the first thing I do is quiet place in the home, cut ties with social media. Then, this is important, do not forget this one. Get all assignments out of the way. Everything that you have to write on, the due dates or whatever, get those out of the way. That's the first thing you should do. Do not forget it.
Stop on your right foot. Don't forget it.
It really helped me when I did that. When I started doing my assignments and then like straight up studying afterwards, I don't know. My exam's been on point. Like, seriously. You want to jot down in your planner what you would like to tackle the next day or whenever you're able to study again. But be consistent. Also, the day of before, you want to write down what you would like to tackle that day. Just always write it down. Don't be like, okay, I'm going to move on to here. I'm going to move on to there. And be all over the place. You might forget something. Write it down. If you don't want to write that down, use your phone for the new techie people out there. Also, jog your electronic book if you have an electronic book. If you want the hardback book, you can buy it. But remember, you're probably going to have to buy the software for your class anyway. So, use your electronic book and look at those figures, those pictures in that book. Read the small print in the book. Get that idea. Also, in your day, with always reading these NCLEX style questions. Again, NCLEX style questions. We also use these people too. ATI. NCLEX style questions. Well, study questions. Read them. If you can't afford, because college is not cheap. So, hey, you each his own, okay? And like I said, the day before the test, you always want to either study yourself, the objectives your teacher may have gave you, or you want to study with a partner, which I love to do. Because if there are things that I might have missed, like on one or two things, or another way we can remember something on a test, do it. Go by that. So I hope that wasn't stressful. I hope you all can narrow that down and do what you will with it. I hope I helped somebody out there, whether it's with a nursing exam or whether it's with something else that you venture out and do. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe to Lindsays World. I also bring lifestyle vlogs as well. Do-it-yourself projects, but I haven't did a lot of do-it-yourself projects lately. But I do plan on getting on that. And again, subscribe to us. We're a new upcoming channel. We hope you all stay around, and it's more to come. Y'all have a blessed day now, because I am. I'm about to get to what I just told you all. So, I'll see y'all later. Bye.